Before Rome rose, and long before Europe awakened, a mighty empire ruled from the heart of Asia, an empire of kings and conquerors, of golden palaces and ancient wisdom. This is the untold story of ancient Persia. 3,000 years of glory, power, and legacy. Stay with us until the end to uncover the full history. And if you're new to our channel, make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss the latest stories from world history. The rise and fall of ancient Persia, 3,000 years of glory. Introduction. Welcome to the story of one of the most powerful and influential civilizations the world has ever known. Ancient Persia, a land of majestic empires, legendary kings, brilliant architecture, and vast conquests. Persia's history spans thousands of years, from humble beginnings on the Iranian plateau to ruling the largest empire the world had ever seen. The Persian story is one of resilience, innovation, and glory. Let's embark on a journey through time, from the prehistoric cultures of Iran, through the mighty Achaemenid, Parthian, and Sasanian empires to witness the rise and fall of a civilization that helped shape the world. Chapter 1. Prehistoric, Iran and Early Cultures. Before 3000 BCE, the story of Persia begins long before it became an empire. The land we now call Iran has been inhabited for tens of thousands of years. Archaeological sites such as Tepe Siok and Tepe Zaga tell us that people were farming, crafting pottery, and building settlements as early as 7000 BCE. By around 4000 BCE, various farming villages had developed into small urban centers. These early Iranians traded obsidian, turquoise, and lapis lazuli across Central Asia and Mesopotamia. They were already forming the cultural backbone of what would later become Persia. Chapter 2. Elam, the First Kingdom, 2700 to 640 BCE. The first identifiable kingdom in Iranian history was Elam, centered in the southwest, near today's Khuzestan. The Elamites had a unique language and script, and their capital was Susa, a city that would remain significant for centuries. Elam often found itself in conflict or alliance with the Mesopotamian civilizations of Sumer, Akkad, and Babylon. For centuries, Elam was a rival to these empires, at times even sacking Babylon. The Elamite influence on later Persian culture, particularly in administration and art, was significant. Elam declined under the pressure of Assyrian invasions by the 7th century BCE, making way for new powers to emerge on the Iranian plateau. Chapter 3. The Medes, the First Iranian Empire, 678 to 550 BCE. By the 9th century BCE, Indo-Iranian tribes known as the Medes and Persians had migrated into Iran. The Medes, from the northwest region, were the first to unify various Iranian tribes into a kingdom. Under King Xerxes, they defeated the Assyrians in alliance with the Babylonians, capturing Nineveh in 612 BCE. The Medes established a powerful state, with Ecbatana, modern Hamadan, as their capital. Although their empire didn't last long, they laid the groundwork for the coming Persian dominance. Chapter 4. The Achaemenid Empire, the Great Persian Empire, 550 to 330 BCE. The true golden age of Persia began with the rise of the Achaemenid Empire, founded by Cyrus the Great in 550 BCE. Cyrus the Great r. 550 to 530 BCE. Cyrus was a visionary leader who united the Persians and overthrew the Median king. He quickly expanded his empire, conquering Lydia, Babylonia, and much of Central Asia. His conquest of Babylon in 539 BCE was so benevolent that he was hailed as a liberator. Cyrus issued the Cyrus Cylinder, often considered the world's first human rights charter, proclaiming religious tolerance and freedom for all peoples under his rule. Cambyses II and Darius I, Cyrus's son, Cambyses II, conquered Egypt, making the Achaemenid Empire the largest the world had ever seen. After Cambyses' mysterious death, Darius I, a distant relative, seized power. Darius ruled from 522 to 486 BCE, and is considered one of Persia's greatest kings. He reformed the empire, established a vast road network including the Royal Road, standardized weights, coins, and laws, and divided the realm into satrapies provinces. Darius also began grand construction projects, like the majestic city of Persepolis, which showcased the artistic and architectural splendor of Persia. Xerxes I and the Greco-Persian Wars. Darius's son, Xerxes I, is famous for leading the Persian invasion of Greece in 480 BCE, including the legendary battles of Thermopylae and Salamis. Though initially successful, Xerxes faced a major defeat, and the Greeks eventually pushed Persian forces out of Europe. Despite these setbacks, the Achaemenid Empire remained a powerful and cosmopolitan realm until the arrival of a Macedonian king from the west, Alexander the Great. Chapter 5. Alexander the Great and the Fall of Achaemenid Persia. 330 BCE. In 334 BCE, Alexander the Great began his campaign against Persia. By 330 BCE, after defeating Darius III and capturing key cities like Susa, Babylon, and Persepolis, the Achaemenid Empire collapsed. Alexander admired Persian culture, adopting Persian dress, customs, and marrying a Persian noblewoman, Roxana. He sought to blend Greek and Persian traditions, but his sudden death in 323 BCE threw the empire into chaos. Chapter 6. The Seleucid period 312–150 BCE. After Alexander's death, his empire was divided among his generals. Persia came under the control of the Seleucid Empire, founded by Seleucus I Nikita. Although Greek culture flourished during this period, local Iranian traditions continued. The Seleucids faced resistance from native peoples, and their rule was challenged by emerging powers from the Iranian plateau, most notably the Parthians. Chapter 7. The Parthian Empire. To 47 BCE, 2 to 24 CE. The Parthians, a nomadic people from northeastern Iran, rose to power under Xerxes I, founding the Arsacid dynasty. By 141 BCE, they had expelled the Seleucids and claimed most of Iran and Mesopotamia. The Parthian Empire was known for its skilled horse archers and decentralized governance. Its greatest adversary was Rome, and the two empires clashed repeatedly over Armenia and Mesopotamia. One of the most famous Parthian victories came in 53 BCE at the Battle of Carrhae, where the Roman general Crassus was defeated and killed. Though the Parthians were never as centralized as the Achaemenids, they played a crucial role in maintaining Iran's independence and fostering trade along the Silk Road. Chapter 8. The Sasanian Empire, the last great empire of ancient Persia. To 24 to 651 CE, the last great Persian dynasty of the ancient world was the Sasanian Empire, founded by Ardashir I into 24 CE. The Sasanians revived many Achaemenid traditions and declared themselves heirs to the ancient kings of Iran. Sasanian strength and culture. Under rulers like Shapur I, Khosrow I, and Khosrow II, the Sasanians expanded Persian territory, waged wars against Rome and Byzantium, and fostered a rich cultural renaissance. The Sasanian period saw the flourishing of Zoroastrianism, which became the state religion. Fire temples, monumental rock reliefs, and palatial architecture symbolized the empire's power and divine right to rule. Art, science, and philosophy thrived, with Persian scholars contributing to medicine, astronomy, and mathematics. Sasanian Persia was a cosmopolitan hub that connected the East and West. Chapter 9. The Arab Conquest and the End of Ancient Persia. 651 CE. In the 7th century, the Arab-Muslim conquest swept across the Middle East. After decades of warfare with the Byzantine Empire, the Sasanians were weakened. In 636 CE, the Battle of Qadisiyah marked a turning point. By 651 CE, with the death of the last Sasanian king, Yazdegerd III, the empire collapsed. Persia was incorporated into the expanding Islamic Caliphate, marking the end of ancient Persian rule, but not the end of Persian identity. Chapter 10. Legacy of Ancient Persia. Though the ancient empires fell, the Persian spirit endured. Persian culture, language, and art influenced the Islamic world profoundly. Cities like Baghdad, built during the Abbasid Caliphate, inherited Persian administration and learning. Zoroastrian communities, though marginalized, survived, and Persian literature, like Ferdowsi's Shahnameh, preserved Iran's ancient history and heroes, from the governance of Cyrus the Great to the battles of the Parthians and the grandeur of the Sasanian kings. Ancient Persia's legacy lives on in Iran and far beyond. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the sweeping saga of ancient Persia, a civilization that dazzled the world with its ambition, creativity, and resilience. Though the empires have crumbled, the spirit of Persia remains eternal. Stay tuned for more explorations of the world's greatest civilizations.